Hey, it is me, Acelia, on my channel, Way Crunchy, and I've been making homeschool videos for a while now. But this is the first year I'm actually going to be registering a child, and by register I mean sending a letter of intent to be homeschooling my school-age child. Tom is finally old enough to register for kindergarten. We have been doing all this homeschool preschool and looking at different curriculums and methodology and studying and going in depth on these topics, but that's not at all what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the boring part, the state of Virginia, what it takes to be above board home educating your child. Now, before I talk about letters of intent and what else you need to put in that envelope to mail, I would like to say that I have talked to so many different homeschoolers, and like a shocking amount, maybe half, now that I'm like more into this culture, literally maybe half the people I've talked to, not just in Lynchburg City, but all, I think, Virginians, never informed the state of their intent, never did anything at all involved with government. And yes, I have even talked to homeschoolers who did nothing at all involved with government, and their kids went to college and it was a-okay, totally fine, worked out for them. So me, it makes me a little nervous. I wish it didn't, because I think that's pretty awesome. I really love, I'm not a fan of our education system. I'm not really a fan of the government. I know we need a government, but I think it's flawed. And so, more power to you guys. I just like it. I admire y'all, but I am nervous Nelly, and I don't want to get any kind of weird truancy charge or be accused by my family of like anything, like not educating the children. Like I want it all to be above board and you know, eventually subject the children to testing. But this is what you do. So you may want to consider not doing things the way the government would necessarily like you to do. But so, if you want to stop watching this video right now, go Google. So, I started by trying to Google how to homeschool. And that's how you get into the methodology and that kind of thing, that kind of stuff. And so, it can be hard to weed through the Google search results if you're searching for terms that aren't exactly what's going to bring up this. So if you do want to just end this video now and go Google search state of Virginia, put in the city or the county that you're in, whatever school district your children would be in, and notice of intent or letter of intent. I did letter of intent, Lynchburg, Virginia. Letter of intent to homeschool Lynchburg, Virginia. There you go. And you can just, you know, substitute whatever county or city you are in. So, you do that, and you get this situation. Easy breezy, print it out. Right there. There's your address. I'm wondering if this is backwards. I don't know. If it's like a mirror. But anyway, so let me just read this. So notice intent to provide home instruction, and you fill in your school year. You do it each year. I am providing notice of my intention to provide home instruction for the child/children listed below as provided by 22.1-2254.1 of the Code of Virginia. So here we are. We're having what we really technically should be doing in lieu of having them attend school. So you put your children, their date of birth, grade level you're homeschooling them. I wish to be recognized as eligible to provide home instruction by selecting the option indicated below. Check 1. I have a high school diploma or higher credential. I'm including attach a copy of the documentation that shows this. So you need to have a high school diploma or a higher credential. I'm attaching my college diploma. I have a Bachelor of Arts English. Aw, my baby's truck fell apart. You know you're on a video right now. I fixed it. All done. Go play. Thank you. So, now you have this form and a proof copy of high school diploma or higher. I have if you don't have that, I have the qualifications prescribed by the Board of Education for a teacher. Attach a copy of a teaching license or statement to this effect from the Virginia Department of Education. Okay, you only have to check one of these boxes. Here's the third option. I have provided a program of study or curriculum which is to be delivered through a correspondence course or a distance learning program or in some other manner. Attach a notice of acceptance or other evidence of enrollment showing blah, blah, blah. If you choose to provide a program or study or curriculum in some other manner as specified in the code, a list of the subjects to be studied must be submitted to the school division. Yes. And then fourth box, I have attached to this notice a statement which describes why I am able to provide an adequate education for my children or child. So that's like, say you don't have a high school diploma, but you're homeschooling your kids maybe for religious reasons or cultural reasons. You know, thank goodness. It's shocking, but you are free to home educate your children. Like, you know, we are still in this way free in the state of Virginia. So then the next thing says, as prescribed in blah, blah, blah number code of Virginia, I've included or will provide the school division with a description of the curriculum limited to a list of subjects to be studied during the coming school year, and evidence having met one of the above criteria along with this notice by August 15th of each year. Boom. This form, the subjects you're going to be studying, and a copy of your high school diploma or a written statement of why you are qualified, in your opinion, to educate your child, or you've signed them up for a curriculum, or you have a teaching certificate. So literally, that's it. That's what you do by August 15th before your child would be going into the next school year. So just like you go and register for school, for public school or whatever. Okay, so next step. This is how you homeschool. I'm not talking about how your children learn. I'm talking about how the state wants you to go about setting yourself up, so you would never be charged with truancy or something nuts, which doesn't really happen. Like, if your child is a teenager and they're out knocking windows out of something and being a, you know, wild child, you know, then you get into like truancy stuff. I've never heard of anyone with little children being charged with truancy. Homeschoolers are not persecuted, at least not around here. What is it, young man? What is that you said?
Soon I could take all my trucks that go in dirt and extraction sites to the beach.
Yeah, you want to take all your trucks to the beach? That does sound fun. We'll do that this summer. So, I understand that by August 1st, the following this school year, so like a year later, a little short of a year later, I must provide evidence of educational achievement as prescribed in number of the Code of Virginia, which defines the requirements for home instruction. And then it says, I hereby certify that I am the parent/guardian of the children listed above. So you can't register random children with a letter of intent. I keep using the word register, but it's not really register. You're just letting the state know. I hereby certify that I am the guardian or parent of the child or children listed above and agree to comply with applicable policies and procedures. And you write your signature, the date, print or type name, address, phone number, and you return to the Director of Student Services, which in Lynchburg City Schools, Director of Student Services, Lynchburg City Schools, P.O. Box 2497, Lynchburg, Virginia 24505. Okay, that's literally exactly what you have to do. So on the back, they go ahead and in this handy dandy notice of intent to provide home instruction form that you can easily Google, they give you the laws so you can know them. When the requirements of this section have been satisfied, instruction of children by their parents is an acceptable alternative form of education under the policy of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Any parent of any child who will have reached the 5th birthday on or before September 30th of any school year and who has not passed the 18th birthday may elect to provide home instruction in lieu of school attendance if he holds a high school diploma or is a teacher of qualifications prescribed by the Board of Education, or provides a program of study or curriculum which may be delivered through a correspondence course or distance learning program, or in any other manner, or provides evidence that he is able to provide an adequate education for the child. B. Any parent who elects to provide home instruction in lieu of school attendance shall annually notify the division superintendent in August of his intention to so instruct the child and provide a description of the curriculum limited to a list of subjects to be studied during the coming year and evidence of having met one of the criteria for providing home instruction. Parents electing to provide home instruction shall provide such annual latest no later than August 15th. And then they talk about if you move school districts, and okay. This is the proof of learning. This is what you send in after a school year is over by August 1st. Evidence that the child has attained a composite score in or above the 4th stanine on any nationally normed standardized achievement test or an evaluation or assessment which the division superintendent determines to indicate that the child is achieving an adequate level of educational growth and progress, including but not limited to an evaluation letter from a person licensed to teach in any state or a person with a master's degree or higher in an academic discipline. Having knowledge of the child's academic progress, stating that the child is achieving an adequate level of educational growth and progress, or a report card or transcript from a community college or college distance learning program, or home education correspondence school. So if you're doing a program that your child is like mailing off or doing on the internet, a homeschool situation, you can provide your report card from them. Boom, done. Or if you happen to know anybody with a, Tom, I don't like you calling names, and I need you to follow your sister right now and see where she's going and stay with her, please. Real quick. Be good for mama. Tom, you can be good for mama, or we can go inside and go to your room and no more TV. You will run after your sister right now if you want to have hopes of having TV this evening. Thank you. Good choice. Don't be rough with her. Okay, so all you have to do is know someone with a master's degree. Because if you have a master's degree, it is academic, isn't it? You have to know someone with a master's degree who will write a letter for you. Know someone with a teaching certificate who will write a letter for you. Or you can get a report card if you're doing a correspondence course situation. Or you can subject them to a standardized test. That's not a lot, really, to ask. Not a lot at all when you think about the alternative of waking all your children up early in the morning and then not seeing them until late in the evening and having to deal with having to deal with school. So many people do it, and it's so not who I am. And today I got depressed for all the children when I was reading the SOLs. I do not like I read the SOLs because I want to be knowledgeable about them in case my children do yearn to go to school. I want them to be, they need to know everything that is in the standards of learning, although our approach will be radically different. And like looking at the kindergarten ones, like we're fine. But I think it is good to be knowledgeable of those if you think there's any chance your child will be headed into school system at some point, if there's any chance. You know, I think it's good to know them. And I mean, just out of social and community responsibility, knowing the standards of learning for your culture. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like them. I would have not done them like that. Okay. Not in all areas. Some are okay. But anyway, so yeah, there you have it. That's done. So, me. Oh, subjects. That's also how I picked the subjects that Tom will be learning. English, math, science, history, social science, health, music, visual arts, family life, physical education.
Giant red ball into the wall.
Well, do not go get it. I will get it when I'm done in a minute. You never follow a ball into the street. Okay, so English, math, science, history, social science, health, music, visual arts, family life, physical education. So that's what teachers in the public school system would have for SOLs in kindergarten. In those, that would be the subjects. And then I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I attached a copy of my college diploma. And so there you have it. But I know so many people who just educate their children. I don't even know anyone who knows anyone who's gotten in trouble for homeschooling their children. So it's like, hearing all of those stories doesn't make me not want to send in my letter of intent, but it makes me feel just a lot more secure somehow. Like, this is okay. The big bad government is not going to get you. You don't have to conform to societal norms. You're not going to be persecuted. Me, I might be persecuted by certain family members, but they also persecuted my extended breastfeeding, which wasn't even that extended. And, you know, you do you. And a lot of people are curious about, like, what do you have to do? You don't really have to do anything. But if you do want to conform to what the government would like you to do, this is it. And this is what I'm choosing to do. So I love you guys, and I feel like I've had the YouTube for so much of my journey in education, and I have such a longer journey ahead of me for educating the kids. But this is a big step for us. This is a big graduation. Tom might have some kind of a ritual coming of age party, graduating from preschool into kindergarten. Tom, how big are you? About as big as an elephant baby. That's how big you are. I think you're about right. So thank you everyone for following our journey. We've come so far and we have so far to go. I'm going to ask y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because as of today, I only need 10 more followers to have 1,000 followers. And won't that just be fancy? Bye, y'all.